Ever felt like your brain just won't shut off? Your to do list is running you instead of you actually running your to do list. These 5 prompts help you calm your mind and help you lead your week like a true CEO. My name is Angie. I'm your favorite journaling mentor. And these 5 prompts have helped me drastically over the years. And so I want to share them with you because I shouldn't be the only one holding on to these kind of prompts. The first prompt is, what is exactly on my mind right now? Not what I was thinking about last night before I went to sleep, but what is on your mind right now? So that could be what's your grocery list, what you're supposed to make for dinner. Like it could be somebody sick in your family, like the overwhelm of the amount that your brain intakes and processes is ridiculous, right? And so when you take an opportunity like this and sit down and actually write down, or I'm a big fan of if you can't write, voice note it, right? But what is on your mind right now? It makes such a difference. And I've learned to use it over the time, especially using it as one of my PTSD relievers, like my stress relievers, because the stress can come and your brain will go haywire. It will shoot off all these different directions. And the next thing you know, you are on the way home and you don't forget to go to the grocery store. So being able to either voice note or literally write down what's on your mind right now is one of my go-tos. Prompt number 2. What is it that matters most this week? What are the 3 things that need to be executed this week to make your week say, I've actually accomplished my goal? Sometimes we have things that linger, and being able to identify those top 3 priorities is super, super important. So the reason why this is so important in writing down your top 3 things is because it helps reduce the overwhelm. That white noise in life, like those things that don't lead to the ending result, is what you'll start filling a gas with, and the top 3 things won't get done. So make sure that you keep in mind why we're doing these prompts. It is to reduce our overwhelm. So prompt number 3 is a little bit different. I need you to feel, like literally feel your body and notice what is draining you right now and what's giving you energy. And it might not be at this very moment, but let's expand it to the last 2 days, right? What has drained you in the last 2 days and what is giving you energy? Or have you done anything to give you energy? So being able to identify that is super important. Taking a few minutes to write that out. And the reason I know that this helps is, have you ever had to fire your client? Like, I get the vibe and I'm like, you know what? You can get a refund, and I don't think we should work together. That's how I know when my energy is about to be drained or not, is when I can feel that I shouldn't have picked that client and we need to part our ways real fast. And by doing that, I was able to start to actually control my overwhelm and not let it get out of hand. That noise, that white noise is so consuming. And so when you pick the right clients, that's one of those reducing in that energy leak. Prompt number 4 kind of bounces back to what's draining your energy. And once you identify that, you can set proper boundaries. So the prompt is, what do I need to say no to this week? What's your no? Is it work? Is it school? Is it kids? Is it husband or spouse? Like, what is your no? And identify that and be strong about it. It's okay. Now, prompt number 5 is leading us back to why we're here. We are here because we have identified that we are overwhelmed. We want to reduce it as fast as possible. So the prompt is, if I had 1 hour this week to make my life easier, what would I do? Who would I assign that to? Who would I call? Who would I say no to? Who would I say yes to? But what would you do if you had 1 hour to make your emergency reset, like literally change the outcome of your week? So if I had to kind of like tell you how I did it personally is, for example, I have a journaling community. And in my journaling community, I've had it open for, I think, almost a year now, and we've grown into 140 students. But every week there's something that I'm doing. The one thing is holding a conversation with somebody, and not to necessarily lead them into my school, but to build, and then they end up asking me, well, how can you help me? Like, that's usually their next question is, I didn't know journaling could help me in this way. So I've organically build it, and I love it. So when I was writing this prompt, it brought me back to what's the one thing that I do once a week, right? And that is actually building relationships in that 1 hour. Sometimes I take more, but building my relationships on school. And it led me to building my community to 140 people now, and it's been built one relationship at a time. And sometimes we say we don't have enough, but it reduces the overwhelm when I have the one goal, when I have the one mission, and each seed that I plant, it blossoms into more flowers and more seeds to be planted. So if I had to ask you, what would you do with that 1 hour this week? So circling back around to why we're here, we're trying to reduce our overwhelm. And in that, I want to know which one of these prompts will you implement first? You don't have to do all five, but at least pick one to identify your overwhelm and exit it. Like, let's make this either an emergency reset, a boundary set, even finding out what your energy leaks are, but using one of these prompts to implement starting today. So don't forget, you don't have to journal alone. If you need a community or you need a safe space, the link is down below where you can join us and actually implement these 5 prompts.